All right, so we're gonna jump into this video. So this is what we got going on with the car. I'm gonna bring you up to speed if you didn't see my other video. Y'all can go check that out and see how we figure out what's going on with my car. So my car has the check engine light on. It is catless, but that's not what's causing my check engine light on. So what's going on with my car? I have a check engine light on because my active exhaust on my passenger side is messed up. And you're probably wondering, how did it get messed up? My aftermarket exhaust rubbed against the rear half shaft on my tire here. Somehow it moved and it hit that. So I have moved my exhaust so it doesn't touch that anymore, but it did hit the top of the active exhaust and it rubbed through it. So I'm gonna show you how that looked here. So what we got to fix it, I'll go ahead and show you this. So we got this part to fix. So this connector is what we got to fix, and we have some new wires to plug in to that. So that's what we're gonna do in this car here today. But before I hit y'all with that, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the cold start. That's gonna be extremely short because yeah, it's not gonna work because of my check engine light. So I'm gonna show y'all that real quick, like so. Cut off. Remote start disabled. Already turned off here. So let me see if I can show y'all the code really quick while we in here. I gotta go to on run, show y'all what code we got. So you see here, you see the code. That is for the passenger side active exhaust. So what we're gonna do here, let me turn this off really quick. Let me get this thing real quick. So what we're gonna do to fix this here, I'm going to go ahead and get the car moved over real quick, and we are going to jack up the car. I'm gonna take my wheel off right here because it'll be much easier for me to get to my active exhaust if I remove the wheel, because the active exhaust actuator is about right up in here somewhere. So it'll be easy for me to remove the wheel so that way I can access it from this side versus going through the back of the car. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So we got the car jacked up now. So what we're doing here, I actually only put the wood on this side because my car is really low, so that way I can get this side up, because this is the side I'm gonna be working on. I left this side on the ground here. So I want to make sure that I'm able to got everything chopped off there. Let me get this little leaf off there. I hate that. Get that off of there. So we got the wheel chopped off, about to park it right now, so we should be good on this side. So all I'm going to do is jack up this other side of the car, and I'm going to remove this back wheel so we get this thing fixed. And when I get in there, I'll show you exactly what we're working with. All right, we got the setup. So now we're gonna go ahead and get the car up right here. So I'm gonna try and get the wheel off the ground. And after I get the wheel off the ground, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the lugs to get that stuff off, because yeah, it's gonna be easier for me to do it with the tire off. So I know y'all hear that. Right there. Carlock going off right there. Cut it off real quick. See right there, I'm gonna show y'all the vibrations from me messing with the car, because it was sit for a while and all of a sudden went off. But I'm gonna go ahead and put right here how you can get you one of these as well. This is my Dodge Charger Scat Pack wide body. It's big, it's loud, it's bright red. It simply grabs attention no matter where I go. Unfortunately, I bought a car that is 60 times more likely to be stolen than any other car on the road. With the long list of mods and things I bought for this car, one of the first things I installed on my car was this. Carlock, the world's best GPS tracker and alert system. With Carlock, you will be able to live track your car with the GPS from your phone. Also, get alerts sent directly to your phone if anything is going on with your car, such as vibrations, engine starting, the car moving when it shouldn't be moving, or if there's a loss of power, your car lock will get an alert for that as well. Be sure to get your car lock. Use my link down in the description below and these discount codes to get a 10% discount on your car lock purchase, as well as a 14-day free trial of the car lock service as well. Let's get into the video. So one quick tip, this is what I use to get my wheels off here. This edge coating, I got this off Amazon. This edge coating is Teflon. So when I go to hit my lug nuts with my impact wrench, I don't scratch up my wheels. So make sure y'all have this in y'all toolbox for real. These things are heavy. These things are heavy, bro. Like, yeah. There we go. All right, guys, I got you. I'm gonna show y'all on the car what we trying to fix here in case you missed it last time. So let me get y'all up under here as best I can. I'm gonna show y'all about rates. If I can show y'all, active exhaust is right there. That's it right there. You can see, the camera should be focused in there. You can see right there how the top left of the active exhaust actuator is rubbed in, and you can see the wires from the plug-in right there. So what we're gonna be doing, make sure the thing out the way. Ah, crap, there we go. So we're gonna be doing that plug-in right there. We're gonna be removing that plug, splicing some wires in to fix that, and that should get rid of my check engine light. All right, guys, we are way up under the car. You can see, so y'all know where I'm at. That's my diff right there. That is the active exhaust actuator, and this is the half shaft right there. So I'm gonna show you what happened. So I got the plug unplugged here. So I don't know if you can see it here, trying to finagle it. So this thing right here, this is the plug that goes to the active exhaust actuator here. And this is supposed to have 3 wires plugged into it. And as you can see here, I'm trying to get into the light here. As you can see, there's only 2 wires there because this plug is damaged. So what I'm gonna end up doing here, this is what I got the kit for. So I'm gonna end up gonna take this kit and I'm gonna remove this like covering that's around the wire. It goes all the way up to here. Let me see if I can show it to you here. Up, I don't know if I got enough light, but it's up in that area here. I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me move my light over this way. Here, so up, God, I can't show it to you guys. Let me try to get y'all some light here. So up in here is, let me see if I can show it to you. Right up in there, the wire goes, my apologies if you can't see it, but just trust me when I say this. So the wire goes in there, there's like a little thing where it plugs into up there, so that holds the wire back. So I'm gonna get that down, pull the wiring covering back, and then we're gonna splice the new thing in. All right, so this will give you a better shot of what's going on with it. This is the plug that is screwed up on my active exhaust here. Hopefully it zooms in or focuses. Come on now, focus for me. There we go. This is the plug that goes into the active exhaust here. And you can see how it has, come on now, I don't want to focus. See right there, that top half right there? It's screwed up. I haven't cut anything. I haven't cut any of these wires. This is how the wires were when I unplugged this thing. So what I'm doing here, I'm removing all this wire scaping from it here so I can splice the new plug in here. And I know what everybody's saying. Everybody's like, why don't you get the Z Automotive inactive exhaust kit to do this? You're doing it the hard way. No, that will not work in this situation. That Z Automotive kit, it plugs into this plug. This is the plug that it plugs into. And if these wires are all screwed up, you plug that kit in there, it's not going to work. So I had to fix this plug-in right here for that kit to work. Now, I shouldn't need it because I'm just gonna splice the new thing into here and plug it back into the active exhaust actuator, which is on the other side of this pipe right here. But yeah, that kit would not work for this situation. I saw you guys recommend that in my last video that I did about this situation, but it would not have worked here. Pretty much the power wire, and there's a white wire that goes into the middle that's disconnected. That other wire you see is the ground wire that is still connected, but we got to fix this plug-in, re-splice the wires in, put the harness back in, and we should be good. And that should take care of the engine light that's coming on for this. The only way it doesn't fix that check engine light is if the actual actuator itself is messed up. Now, if that actuator itself is messed up, then we can use the Z Automotive inactive exhaust to fix it, because we'll have the plug-in fixed here. But as long as this plug is messed up, then that wouldn't work. So let me go ahead, I'm gonna cut this off, leave some room for me to splice the new kit in there, the new harness in there, and we should be good to go from there. All right, so this is gonna be the best representation of what's going on with these plugs here. So these are the plugs. This is the one that I took off my car, and this is the one that's the new one here. So you see, you can't really tell on this side, but let me flip them over here. Let me flip these over like so. And you can see the difference here and why we have them to replace them. You see the one that was under my car, this one right here, look at that. that part right there where it's rubbed, that is where it rubbed against my axle and it screwed up all the wiring. Now looking at this other one here, you see, that's how it should look. This is how the plug should look here right there. We shouldn't have it rubbed away. So we got the wires to put into this one versus this one. And once we put the wires in here and splice it into the car, we should be good here. So that's what we had to fix, guys. This is why the Z Automotive thing would not have worked, because this plug-in right here, the focusing is killing me. This autofocus, that's why it wouldn't have worked. You see, come on now. That's why it wouldn't have worked right there. That part is screwed up. All right, guys, so we got the new plug ready to go here. So on the bottom, you may not be able to see it here on the camera, but there is number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Number 1 is all the way far to the right. 2 is in the middle, 3 is far left. I wish I had something to color code these wires a little bit better, but pretty much the white in the middle is going to go to the white that's under the car. There's a black ground, which is going to be far left. That is going to go to the one on the far left, and power is going to be far right. So that should take care of it. So I'm gonna go cut these wires a little bit shorter and get these spliced in, so that way we'll be all set to go with that. And then I'll probably get some like electrical tape, wrap that around there, and we'll be all good to go and set. And then we'll clear the code and everything should work just fine. All right, so we're just about done here. One more thing I had to do, I checked the fuse in the trunk. I want to make sure my fuses were good. The fuse was blown at some point of doing this whole swap out thing, so we're good there. Put the tire back on, get the car back on the ground, and clear the code one last time, and we should be good with the check engine light from here on out. So let me go ahead and square that away. All right, so we're in the car now. About to go ahead and take care of clearing the code for this thing here. So got the car on, hit indicate to continue. Bam, there we go. What we gotta do, is it here? Read codes, it's erase codes, bam. Yes, erase done. And we're gonna go back. I'm just gonna go here just in case, erase there too. Erase is done. So all the codes are erased, so we'll go ahead, crank up the car and see where we're at. All right, guys, so we're in the car. We're gonna crank up the car, see if we got it fixed. If we still have an issue, then that issue might be with the actual active exhaust itself rather than the plug. So let's go ahead. We go there. All right, crank up, we're good. So far, do we have any codes? Check the system of codes. We currently don't have any codes, so far so good. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're going to just go into our drive mode, cycle it through, see if we got anything that could, you know, trip it out. Bam, because you know this does go through the active exhaust a little bit. Custom, we're good. Auto, we're fine. So we're seeming to be good so far. Let me turn it off. I'm gonna turn it off. We're gonna see what happens when I turn it back on. Just want to do it a couple of times, make sure we don't have any issues here. So we got it off. We're gonna go ahead, power it back on again. And we are back on again. And don't you come on. Make sure, no boost. Okay. Nothing there. So we're good. All right. Next thing we're going to do here is we are going to go ahead and hit the remote start real quick. Make sure that's good real quick. All right. Back in the car. We're going to go ahead and try to cut it on. We are all good. I'm gonna call that fixed right there. So we got that fixed, all squared away. Now, let's say, what if what I did not fix the active exhaust issue? What's how we wired it, everything plugged in, and we still had a check engine light for the active exhaust? Then that'd be one of two things would have been the issue at that point. Either my wire was messed up, so you want to go back, check your wires, make sure stuff isn't touching and things like that. Make sure you have the correct wires connected to the correct spot. Or the next issue would have been the active exhaust actuator itself, because you did see, if you could, there's a little bit of damage to the top of it, so there could be some damage there in the connector part. Some of the wires or whatever circuit board inside of it could be messed up, causing the actuator to cause everything else to fail. So then at that case, then you either buy another actuator or then you would get the Z Automotive inactive exhaust mod there. So we're all set, we're all good. My remote start should be working fine going forward, so we're happy with that. Any questions, anything like that, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. I'll try my best to get back to your questions if you do run into the same issue or other things you may want to check out if you have the same issue on your car. It can be as simple as a fuse. It can be as complicated as some of the wiring or whatnot, but we was able to identify what's going on here. So if you do get aftermarket exhaust for your car, be sure to check for clearance issues. Make sure none of your wires are touching any of the axles or moving parts into your car. And that is going to wrap up today's video, man. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do a lot of car related things on here. We do more than just talk about cars. I actually get my hands dirty a little bit. I go up into the car, try to fix things that I can fix on here. As you see here today, we got that squared away. Catch you on the next video. We are out. Cut it.